Commandment 2. Thou shalt not make for yourself a graven image. Separation. Separation through idolatry and false images. The infinite cannot be reduced to something finite, yet the human mind constantly attempts to do exactly that. Whenever reality is confined to an image, a concept, a doctrine, or an object, consciousness begins relating to the image rather than the reality it points toward. Idolatry is not merely the worship of statues, it is mistaking the symbol for the source, the map for the territory, the finger for the moon, the image for the infinite. What it preserves the infinite from being reduced into finite idols. This commandment preserves mystery. It protects the humility required to continually seek truth rather than believing it has already been completely possessed. The infinite cannot be imprisoned within words, nor images, nor institutions, nor doctrines. Every genuine revelation points beyond itself. Living principle. Do not reduce the infinite to a fixed form. The divine cannot be owned, it cannot be contained. It cannot be fully captured by language, religion, philosophy, science, or imagination. Every idol, whether a golden statue, rigid doctrine, sacred object, ideology, identity, or mental image, becomes a substitute for direct relationship with reality itself. The purpose of every symbol is to point beyond itself. The moment the symbol becomes the destination, remembrance gives way to idolatry. Modern application. Modern idols rarely resemble ancient ones. Today, they often appear as money, status, technology, political identity, nationalism, celebrity, consumerism, personal image, religious certainty, scientific certainty, spiritual identity. Even our own opinions can become idols when we refuse to question them. The second commandment asks us to continually examine whether we have become attached to symbols instead of the reality they represent. Deep dive. Human beings naturally create symbols. Symbols are not the problem. They become problematic only when we forget they are symbols. A wedding ring is not marriage. A flag is not a nation. A map is not the landscape. A photograph is not the person. Likewise, a scripture is not God. A doctrine is not truth. A theology is not the infinite. They may faithfully point toward reality. They may help illuminate reality. They may preserve generations of wisdom, but they never become reality itself. This understanding invites profound humility. No single tradition possesses the infinite. No philosophy exhausts truth. No image contains God. No human mind can completely comprehend that which gives rise to all minds. The second commandment therefore protects us from the illusion of certainty. It reminds us that every genuine encounter with truth should increase humility rather than pride. This perspective also changes how we approach sacred texts. The question is not whether Scripture is sacred. It is. The question is whether we mistake the written word for the living reality to which it points. A sacred text becomes an idol when it is treated as the destination rather than a doorway. The same can happen with religious traditions, spiritual experiences, teachers, movements, even our own awakening. Anything that replaces direct relationship with truth has become an idol. The purpose of every genuine path is not to gather more idols. It is to become increasingly transparent to reality itself. Reflection. What symbols have I mistaken for reality? Do my beliefs increase humility or certainty? Have I become more devoted to defending my worldview than discovering truth? Can I honor sacred traditions without believing they contain the whole of the infinite? Do I seek direct relationship with truth or only the comfort of familiar ideas? The second commandment is not opposed to symbols. It simply reminds us never to confuse the window with the light shining through it. The infinite cannot be reduced, it can only be encountered.